Let's dive right in because this lineup is too juicy to wait. First up, Chantel stole the show at the reunion in a bedazzled dress so revealing fans swear producers blurred out a full-blown wardrobe malfunction. Glitter, glamour, or just a Halloween costume gone wrong. The internet cannot stop talking. Meanwhile, the queen of transformation, Stacey Silva, is under fire again. After another round of cosmetic work, fans are calling her face sad, scary, and downright unrecognizable. Adding crumbling couples therapy with Florian, and it's the perfect storm of reality TV heartbreak and self-image debates. Next, the legend herself, Betty Gibbs, aka Betty Beeswax, is trending once more as Reddit crowns her one of the worst mothers-in-law in 90-day history. From barging into bedrooms to dictating birth control, Betty is still delivering meme-worthy chaos years later. And then there's Jasmine, accused of spinning storylines faker than a soap opera. Fans say her crocodile tears and immigration drama have worn thin, calling her a master manipulator auditioning for a telenovela instead of telling the truth. And finally, meet the couple everyone's buzzing about. Greta and Matthew, the so-called vegan Tinder lovebirds who found each other on a plant-based dating app. Cats, Oxford summer flings, and even index cards full of questions. Are they the season's wholesome breakout pair, or will the honeymoon phase wilt under TLC's cameras? Now let's cue that first title card, Chantel's daring reunion look and the scandal that set social media ablaze. Chantel walked into the reunion in a glittering, bedazzled dress that has fans clutching their pearls, not just because of the sparkle, because everyone swears a full-on wardrobe malfunction nearly stole the spotlight. The cameras barely cut to her before the screenshots started flying across Reddit and Twitter. Chantel's pink gown featured a neckline plunging so low, fans joked it had its own zip code. Within minutes, the buzz wasn't just about the sparkle, it was about what the sparkle didn't cover. Some viewers claim her areola made an unscripted cameo, with producers scrambling in post-production to blur the evidence. And while social media tore the dress apart, the takes were anything but united. One corner of Reddit flat out roasted the look, with top voted comments reading, "They look ridiculous, like dressing for trick-or-treat, not a reunion." Others piled on with side-by-side pics of kids' princess costumes, arguing the gown belonged in a toy aisle, not on stage. On the flip side, Chantel had her defenders. Fans praised her for embracing daring fashion, saying, "She looks glamorous, she owns her choices, and honestly, who else has the guts to pull this off?" The bigger debate wasn't just about exposed skin. It was about reality TV fashion as a whole. When does bold become tacky? Is it about self-expression, or is it about crafting that viral moment producers know will dominate hashtags the next morning? In one tweet with thousands of likes, a fan wrote, "It's not fashion, it's strategy. Wear something shocking and you're guaranteed screen time and memes." And judging by the thousands of comments, Chantel nailed that playbook. But here's the kicker. Producers may have blurred the neckline mishap, but they couldn't blur the conversation. Even mainstream outlets covering reunion highlights threw in cheeky headlines like, "Chantel steals the spotlight with daring fashion," and maybe more than she intended. That only poured gasoline on the fire, leaving fans rewatching clips frame by frame, convinced they were catching a glimpse the editors tried to hide. The memes, relentless. One compared Chantel to a disco ball with the caption, "Shine bright like an error in judgment." And another showed a still shot of her entrance with the words, "Somebody call wardrobe, we've lost gravity." Even TikTok creators jumped in, parroting her look with DIY versions from craft store rhinestones. Whether people were mocking or applauding, the clicks, shares, and duets kept stacking up. And then there's the human element. Chantel hasn't spoken out about the dress, which only fuels speculation. Did she regret the look once she saw the backlash? Or is she sitting back knowing every headline keeps her at the center of the 90-day universe? After all, reality stars have been accused for years of picking outfits not for taste, but for trendability. Chantel may have stumbled into that exact sweet spot, polarizing enough to make fans argue, but glamorous enough that her defenders can still champion her. This isn't just one wardrobe choice. It's another chapter in the larger story of reality TV reunions becoming more about the entrance than the actual discussion. From glitter bombs to culture gone wrong, the red carpet has turned into its own battlefield, and Chantel, whether intentionally or not, just planted her flag.
Stick around because the chaos doesn't stop at fashion fails. Up next, Stacey Silva's latest cosmetic transformation has fans calling her unrecognizable, and the drama doesn't end there. Stacey Silva has never been shy about the surgeon's chair. Alongside her twin sister Darcy, procedures have practically become part of her brand. But the latest photos and video clips flooding Instagram are setting off alarms even among her most loyal supporters. Screenshots show Stacey with a swollen red face and noticeable scarring. Gone are the heavy filters she normally relies on. This time, fans saw her raw, mid-procedure, receiving Botox injections on camera. And the comments? Brutal. One follower wrote bluntly, "Looking real rough, Stacey." Another chimed in with, "The day you learn to love yourself without a mask, you'll realize how beautiful you were before." Reddit threads are full of memes comparing her brows to Groucho Marx or even the Joker. On TikTok, quick-cut edits labeled then versus now are racking up hundreds of thousands of views with captions like, "At this point, it's just sad." What's making the criticism sting even more is that it's hitting just as Stacey's marriage troubles with Florian are bubbling back to the surface. On a recent podcast, she confessed therapy hasn't worked for them, saying, "It's a tough time for us right now. He doesn't communicate. We've slipped back into our worst phase." Fans are speculating that her obsession with procedures might be masking deeper unhappiness at home. Of course, not everyone is piling on. A smaller but vocal group of fans has rushed to her defense, commenting things like, "She looks fine, let her live," and "It's her body, her choice." Some argue that what we're seeing are just side effects of recovery, redness, swelling, and bruising that will fade with time. But the overwhelming sentiment is concern, frustration, and disbelief at just how far Stacey and Darcy continue to go in their pursuit of perfection. The larger conversation goes beyond Stacey herself. On Instagram and Twitter, people are debating where the line should be drawn. Should cosmetic surgeons start saying no when requests veer into extreme territory? Or is it every individual's right to choose, no matter the cost to their health or appearance? One fan summed it up perfectly in a viral comment. "This isn't just plastic surgery anymore. This is self-harm wrapped in glam." Meanwhile, Florian's role in all this is drawing fire. Viewers question why he isn't stepping in, at least to voice concern. A Reddit user posted, "If my partner was doing this much to their face and seemed unhappy, I'd be begging them to stop." Others note the couple's love story has always been rocky, with fans accusing Florian of being checked out of the relationship long before this current spiral. Add to that the reality TV machine itself, which thrives on dramatic transformations. Without bold new looks and constant reinvention, stars risk fading into the background. Some fans believe Stacey knows exactly what she's doing, feeding the beast, even if it comes at the expense of her mental and physical health. So whether it's raw insecurity, calculated PR, or a bit of both, Stacey Silva has once again reignited the age-old debate about beauty, self-image, and how far reality TV stars are willing to go for the spotlight. Keep it locked because the drama doesn't end with beauty gone too far. Up next, Betty Gibbs, yes, Betty Beeswax herself, is being roasted all over again as fans crown her one of the worst mothers-in-law in 90-day history. It all started when fans dug up an old clip of Betty laughing with a drink in hand, looking carefree. But instead of nostalgia, the resurfaced moment reignited memories of her infamous antics with her son Brandon and his wife Julia. Fans quickly remembered this wasn't just a mom who worried about her child. This was a woman who barged into bedrooms without warning, micromanaged their living arrangements, and even inserted herself into conversations about birth control. Cue the Reddit firestorm. One top-voted comment broke it down in brutal detail, saying Betty didn't just mother Brandon, she infantilized him. Julia wasn't treated like a partner, she was treated like a rebellious teenager. Another joked Betty wasn't a mother-in-law, she was the third person in their marriage. Hundreds of replies poured in, with fans swapping their own Betty war stories and nominating her for worst MIL across all seasons. Some fans admitted Betty made great TV. One Redditor wrote, "I couldn't stand her." But without Betty, Brandon and Julia would have been forgettable. She carried that storyline. Others even confessed to feeling sympathy for her, arguing she was a product of a controlling household dynamic herself. Still, the overwhelming consensus was clear. Betty Beeswax cemented her status as one of the franchise's all-time great villains. And that's the paradox. Betty might have been a nightmare in-law, but she was a dream for producers. Her meddling, her boundary issues, her unforgettable one-liners, they gave the season the kind of chaos that keeps viewers hooked. It's the same formula fans point to across reality TV. Sometimes the villains are the reason we keep watching. Love them or hate them, they delivered the drama. Even now, years later, Betty's presence looms large. Threads about meddling in-laws almost always bring her name back up. Her reputation has reached near mythical proportions, a sort of gold standard for reality TV meddling. Fans joke that new cast members should be measured in beeswax units for just how much they interfere in their kids' lives. So why does Betty still spark so much conversation? Partly because she represents something deeply relatable, the dreaded meddling in-law many people have faced in real life, and partly because her story is unfinished in fans' minds. Julia may have escaped the farm and carved out her independence, but the memory of Betty barging in, wineglass in hand, still lingers. And just when you think the chaos ends with Betty's meddling, think again. Up next, Jasmine's storyline is under fire, with fans calling her crocodile tears faker than a soap opera plot twist. The scene that lit the firestorm comes at a dinner table confrontation. Jasmine, eyes glistening, stares down and asks, "Are you really moving, whether I go with you or not?" Normally, this would be peak drama, but instead of sympathy, the internet erupted with eye rolls. Fans say they've heard it all before. Jasmine painting herself as the helpless victim with her partner cast as the villain holding all the power. First, it was Gino. Then it was about being torn from her children. Now it's her new arc with Matt. But critics point out the details don't add up. She's not tethered to the U.S. by custody battles, a job, or anything concrete. She's educated, she speaks fluent English, and she's shown she can live independently. So why the melodrama? Comment sections suggest the answer is simple. She's recycling the same old tropes to stay camera ready. On Reddit, one thread bluntly titled "Jasmine's Soap Opera Audition" exploded with hundreds of comments. One top-voted post read, "It's exhausting. Every season is the same tears, same helplessness, same fake crisis." Another compared her delivery to a bad telenovela actress. Where are the dramatic violins in the background? Because that's the only thing missing. And then there's Matt, who's now caught in the crossfire. On screen, he's painted as the manipulative friend, pulling Jasmine strings, but fans aren't buying it.
One viewer tweeted, "Matt looks more like a prop than a partner. She's the one writing the script here." Others went further, accusing Jasmine of being a scammer who knows exactly how to milk the storyline for airtime. Even Gino's cousin has been dragged back into the drama, with fans speculating Jasmine is propped up by multiple cast connections, ensuring she'll never fade from the 90-day spotlight. The theory making rounds? TLC is protecting her as one of their golden cast members because, love her or hate her, Jasmine guarantees chaos. The backlash has spilled onto TikTok, where creators are splicing clips of Jasmine's crying fits next to past seasons, showing nearly identical breakdowns, word for word. Captions read, "Different man, same storyline." The edits are racking up views, proving that while fans may be tired of the act, they can't resist replaying it. Still, not everyone is calling it fake. A small group of defenders insist Jasmine's struggles are real, arguing immigration is messy, relationships under cameras are stressful, and cultural clashes are bound to repeat themselves. But those voices are drowned out by the tidal wave of viewers calling her the franchise's ultimate manipulator. For many, it's not just about Jasmine herself, but what she represents. Immigration struggles are a serious, emotional reality for countless couples, and fans feel like Jasmine's dramatics cheapen the authenticity of those stories. One Redditor summed it up, "This isn't just annoying, it's insulting to couples who really go through this." Don't touch that dial because the drama is only heating up. Coming next, Greta and Matthew, the so-called vegan Tinder couple, are stealing hearts and sparking curiosity about whether their love story is the real deal. When TLC announced the season 7 cast, excitement was already running high. 4 new couples, 2 returning pairs, and a whole lot of chaos promised. But one duo has already separated themselves from the pack. Greta and Matthew's meet cute? Not Tinder, not Bumble, not even Hinge. Nope, these two locked eyes on a vegan-only dating app, a space where kale smoothies and tofu recipes might be as romantic as roses. Fans first learned about their quirky backstory in the season premiere. Greta, a student at Oxford for the summer, decided to take a bold leap. Just 2 weeks before leaving, she asked Matthew out on a date. He admitted he was caught completely off guard, saying, "I was like, wow, she's bold. I was so nervous, I even made index cards with questions. Probably over-prepared, but that's me." Greta, on the other hand, said she felt an instant spark. She gushed in a confessional, "He was really listening to me, really open-minded. I knew he was the one when we ended up arguing about economics at the hotel, and it didn't scare me away." Cue the fan reactions. On-screen captions showed Matthew slightly awkward with sweet demeanor, while Greta came across as confident, sharp, and ready to take control. B-roll of their Oxford dates, mixed with Matthew's nervous laughter, instantly set social media buzzing. Twitter lit up with posts like, "Greta is out of his league, but I'm rooting for them," and "Matthew with the index cards? Protect this man at all costs." But not everything is picture perfect. The show quickly revealed that while they share core values, veganism, cats, and a love of debating life's big questions, their lifestyles don't exactly align. Greta's more private, rarely posting online, while Matthew is vocal on social media about politics, causes, and day-to-day musings. That contrast is already sparking speculation. Will their differences clash under the TLC spotlight? Or will their quirks actually balance each other out? On Reddit, threads exploded after the premiere. One fan wrote, "Finally, a couple that feels kinda real. No scams, no hidden kids, just 2 nerds who met on a weird app." Another countered, "Give it 3 episodes. Every season, there's a couple that starts wholesome and ends in flames." TikTok edits of their intro scenes are already circulating, with the hashtag #VeganTinder pulling in thousands of views, clips set to romantic pop songs with captions like, "When your love is cruelty-free." Even TLC's official Instagram leaned into the quirkiness, posting side-by-side graphics of Greta and Matthew with the tongue-in-cheek caption, "Proof you really can find love in all the plant-based places." Fans flooded the comments with lettuce emojis, avocado jokes, and plenty of supportive hearts. But under the surface, the same skepticism that follows every 90-day couple is there. Are Greta and Matthew really in it for the long haul, or is this just another quirky hook storyline that fizzles out once the cameras stop rolling? Some fans are cautiously optimistic, while others are bracing for the inevitable: a secret, a fight, or a shocking twist that turns their fairy tale upside down.
And just when you think it can't get wilder, keep it locked, because Chantel Everett is back in the headlines, and her new romance with Ashley has fans asking if it's true love or just another reality TV setup. Photos and clips have been circulating all over social media. Chantel laughing, cozying up, and even sharing drinks with a new woman named Ashley. On the surface, it looks like Chantel's big post-Pedro glow-up moment. But once fans started digging, the story got messy, fast. Here's the bombshell. Ashley isn't just some random new flame. She actually worked behind the scenes as a production assistant for the very company that produces 90 Day Fiancé. That little resume detail has fans putting their detective hats on. Is this a genuine connection? Or is Ashley leveraging her relationship with Chantel to snag her own on-screen storyline? Chantel's mom, Karen, isn't helping calm the waters either. Known for her blunt one-liners and protective streak, Karen has already voiced doubts about Ashley's intentions. According to insiders, Karen believes her daughter might be walking straight into a setup. Social media reaction has been absolutely ruthless. Some mocked Chantel and Ashley's matching hairstyles, while others slammed the relationship as all for TV. One fan tweeted, "Ashley's TV background has me thinking she's angling for a role." Another went further, writing, "This whole storyline screams producer-driven. Next season, they'll have matching confessionals." And, of course, the internet never misses a chance for shade. Comments piled up about Chantel's latest hair transformation, with quips like, "Wow, she shaved her hair, LOL," and "What the heck is she doing to her hair?" The combination of a controversial romance and a bold new look has made Chantel the week's biggest talking point. Still, it's not all negativity. A handful of fans are rooting for Chantel's happiness no matter how unconventional. One defender posted, "She deserves to be happy. If Ashley is good to her, that's all that matters." Others pointed out that after everything she went through with Pedro, Chantel might finally be exploring who she truly is, whether that's for the cameras or not. But the majority opinion? Skepticism. Fans are spinning theories faster than TLC can cut a promo. Some are convinced the relationship is a fake arc designed to keep Chantel at the center of the franchise. Others predict it won't last, with comments like, "She'll realize she's not really into women and this will vanish by reunion time." There's even a growing Reddit thread suggesting TLC is orchestrating this storyline to test the waters for a potential Chantel spinoff. The noise is so loud that Chantel doesn't even need to comment. Her name is everywhere again. And for a reality star, that might be the whole point. Whether it's genuine love or carefully crafted drama, Chantel has once again pulled the spotlight directly back onto herself. If you love the tea, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a drop of drama. Share your spiciest takes in the comments and follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes gossip.